Hi, and welcome to episode 30 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean, and this is my weekly podcast where I share my quilting adventures. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for giving this video a try. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and check out some of my other videos. And if you are one of my wonderful returning viewers, thank you so much for tuning in today. It is always great to see my quilting friends join me for each episode and hearing your wonderful comments. So let's go ahead and get started with today's episode with our works in progress. The first one I have is an old favorite of ours, the Scrappy Diamond. This is one I've been working on for a while, and I love this project because it's so simple, it's so easy, and it's great to do when you've had a hard day at work or something like that because it doesn't require a whole lot of thought. So this week I was actually able to finish off this panel, this row that I had almost finished last week, and I believe it looks really, really good, just a nice variety. And then I actually got another row done as well. So the next step for me for this is to go ahead and attach these two rows to the quilt, and then once that happens, I believe about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through this project. So this one will actually be done soon, and then I'll be looking to do another scrappy project fairly soon. And then the other work in progress that everybody has been so excited about and talking about, because it's such a wonderful project, is the Koala quilt by Elizabeth Hartman. This is my first time I've done a project of hers. It won't be the last. And this is actually a quilt for my sister who is expecting her second child in December. So as a recap, last week I showed you this pink koala. And then we also had done the face of this one. I actually went ahead and was able to finish the entire block for the blue one. And so it looks really, really good. And then I went ahead and made one more, and he is green. And this is where I'm really, really glad that I chose the textured tree and leaves, because the colors here match very closely, but because it's all textured, it really, you can tell the difference. But this has been a fun project. I now have 5 of the 12 blocks done, and I'm looking forward to getting more progress on that coming up very, very soon. So let's now move on to our week in review. And for anybody that is new, this is just a quick series of clips that I put together of me sewing and some other stuff that I get up to during the week. So I hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the week in review video and the works in progress so far. So last week I asked you guys whether you had tried FPP or foundation paper piecing, and I loved hearing all your responses. A lot of you have and some of you haven't. So this week's question that I was wondering was, I'm starting to do more tutorials and so forth on the channel, and I want to find out from you guys what sort of tutorials or what sort of blocks you would like me to design. Is there a certain theme? Is it like animals or places or anything else like that? Or is there a certain movie or TV show or something you'd like me to base some blocks on? I'm ready to make some designs. I just would like to hear your input as to what you guys would like to see. This past week I had a lot of live events. Last Monday I was on Donna's channel, the Handmade by Ying by Donna, along with my wife, where she interviewed the two of us, and that was a great interview. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely head over to her channel and check out that interview. I've put the link in the description along with all the others. Yesterday morning I hosted my own live, and I invited my friend Melissa from Practically Creative to teach us about freezer paper applique, and that was a lot of fun. If you have not seen how that's done or you didn't catch the live, definitely catch the replay because it is very informative, and it's something that I highly recommend that everybody watch because it definitely gave me a lot of new skills that I didn't have before. Yesterday afternoon, again, I was live at 5 p.m. with Stephanie Stitches, and I showed everybody how to make a sailboat block, which I'll show you guys later on in the episode, and that was a lot of fun as well. So that was last week, and then this upcoming week on Saturday, I've got another double duty. In the morning, I'm going to have my friend Sylvia from You and Me FPP, and she's going to teach us how to do some more foundation paper piecing, and she's going to show us how to do her emu block, which I'm super excited about because I always love Australian wildlife and that sort of thing there. So I'm really looking forward to doing that, and it's going to be a little more complex than the FPP I did the other week, but I'm looking forward to this challenge. And then on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, I have got 5 of my friends joining me, and we're all going to put together our scrappy projects. And I know a lot of them have been working very hard on this, and I have been going back and forth, which I always do before these events, as to what I was going to do. I told you last week that I was going to put the Sweet Treats quilt to the side, and after some playing around and some testing on a new theory that I had, which didn't pan out unfortunately, we are going back to my friends, the Sweet Treats. So I'm going to knock out some more of these blocks hopefully this week, and hopefully next week on Saturday when all my friends join me, you'll be able to see me put this together. I'm really looking forward to both events on Saturday. So now it is time to share some finished projects with you guys, which I always love sharing with you. The first thing was the Traveling Quilt Project, which is a joint venture between Donna and Stephanie Stitches and Kathy at Cute Creations. And I had a lot of fun making some blocks last week, which I showed you last week already, but I'm just going to do it as a recap. And that was the third one. And I had one more to make that I knocked out earlier this week. Now, it had 64 pieces. It was quite challenging for me because I hadn't done it before. And after putting it around, part of it the wrong way, having to bring up my favorite notion, I did get it finished. But this, I absolutely love. I love that they have the negative space here. And I love that the fabric I chose for this because it just brings it out so colorful and everything else. And the interesting thing about the fabric that I chose here is this is actually the backing fabric for my very first quilt, and I actually have not the actual quilt. This is actually, I made 2 sides. I was going to make it back to back for my first go, and then I decided to use that other thing. But this is my first quilt, or the second one of it, and it hasn't got a backing on it, but I just keep that there as a reminder of where I started. And then the other finished objects I have is the freezer paper applique that I did with Melissa yesterday morning, and this is how it all turned out. I love how easy this was. I had a blast with this. If you haven't tried applique, I definitely recommend you give it a shot. And I do plan on putting like a basic how to do applique for beginners video out in the very near future, so watch out for that. It may be a couple of weeks, but I'll get it out as soon as I can. And then the sailboat block I loved as well, and we did this yesterday afternoon on Stephanie Stitch's channel, and we were talking yesterday afternoon that you could do so many different things. You could put like pirate ship flags and everything else, and my wife Amanda was telling me afterwards, hey, you know what you should do? You should put another block right next to it here with like a deserted island, so like a little island and a little palm tree and that sort of thing there. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. So that's something I'm going to put together very soon and show you guys as well, because I just think that's a great idea. In addition to spending quite a few hours each week creating my own content, I also enjoy watching as many of my quilty friends' content as possible. There's so much out there, and there's so many great channels that we sometimes don't know about or possibly overlook. So I wanted to highlight a couple of the ones I saw this week that I thought you guys may enjoy. The first one is one of my very good friends, Courtney at Pieces of Love and Quilting, and she does a lot of great videos. She does a lot of lives. She's very entertaining. She loves to engage with her audience, and I think it may be a great fit for you if you enjoy my channel. So definitely check her out because she does a great job with her videos. The final channel I want to talk about today is So Not an Expert. Her name is Danny. She's been around for a few months, and she has just under 100 subscribers, and she does a wonderful job with her tutorials. She's also doing the cotton cuts puzzle mystery quilt like I am, just in a different colorway, or when she gets to 100, she's got to do a giveaway as well. So definitely go over there, check her out. So that concludes today's episode. I hope you did enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining me. I always love hearing from you guys. So leave a comment, hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all in the next video, which is probably Tuesday for this t-shirt quilt. So you'll have a great week and happy sewing. Bye.